The bull market is on. It's all but confirmed, and in this video I'll break down exactly why that is. As well, we're going to understand why there's few narratives out there that are as undervalued as AI. In this video I'm going to show you a number of projects that you must know about in AI that could be our gateway to seeing life-changing gains over the next 12 to 24 months. Hit that like button and let's get into today's video. What I want to look at is this chart to start off with. Crypto market cap of the AI sector versus the total X AI sector. You'll see after the advent of ChatGPT, where ChatGPT basically changed the way that everything worked, everyone rolls in, starts implementing AI into their crypto projects. And therefore, the AI projects are likely going to see more growth than potentially any others out there. But is it a good time to be buying altcoins or crypto projects in general? Everyone's in my free Telegram, link down below, chatting about this stuff with Binance, wondering whether Binance is going to go under and whether or not this is a time to be getting into crypto. Well, before I tell you about these AI projects that I'm looking at, let me tell you this. This is a tweet from Travis Kling from earlier on in the year. And he's basically talking about a BlackRock Bitcoin ETF. And rightfully so, BlackRock more or less is the US government due to the fact that they've got around $10 trillion in assets under management. And they've had 575 out of 576 ETFs approved, pretty much at the first look. So why is this Bitcoin ETF taking so long, you might ask yourself. He then goes on to say that there is zero chance that this ETF gets approved if Binance are currently at the top. And that's because of something very important. And it's because BlackRock and Vanguard hold a large portion of Coinbase. If BlackRock launches the ETF, the biggest benefactor of that would likely be Coinbase if Coinbase sat at the top. So what do? They go and put CZ for a trial. They give Binance a big old fine of $4 billion for some sort of shady stuff that apparently happened at some point. And then, everything kind of carries on as usual. Binance being knocked off that top peg, Coinbase moving up one. And who owns most of Coinbase? Well, at the top, you've got Vanguard Group, who owns 7%. Down here, you can see BlackRock. Guess then who owns a big old chunk of Vanguard? Gary Gensler, $120 million fortune, is with Vanguard. And this is why you can pretty much confirm that this is the bull market right now. That negative piece of news, or seemingly negative piece of news about Binance and CZ, didn't really have much impact on the price. This one came out at the start of the last bull market, around the 2nd of October, 2020, and I'll show you what happened around then. Owners of BitMEXC, a leading Bitcoin exchange, have faced criminal charges. BitMEXC at the time, massive exchange over in Hong Kong. And that news story was around the 1st of October 2020, which you can see in here. Then guess what happens? You get this big old shove of a bull market. For Bitcoin, that meant that Bitcoin went up from there around 297%. Will we see that happen again? I would say in this bull market, probably not, being that Bitcoin's market cap is significantly bigger than it was back then. So as we look into this current Bitcoin chart, I think you'll agree with me that it seems that that ETF could go ahead at any time. That means that people will have to start accumulating whether they like it or not, because even if some bad news or whatever swan event comes in and that ETF gets approved, then you know what's going to happen. Ultimately though, the price charts are just being manipulated all the time in order to kind of flush you into the market or flush you out of the market, or just decide whether they want to take your money right now or take it later on. But what we can see that's, pretty good after this recent pump is a further consolidation phase in the Bitcoin price. And you can see a nice old pattern here coming along. And then yesterday, this tweet, the SEC commissioner said there's no reason for us to stand in the way of a spot Bitcoin ETF. Shock horror, everything lines up perfectly. So now we have our catalyst. Now we have our bull market effectively ready to pop at any particular point. I think we could see it bounce a little bit lower down here today, maybe. But I do anticipate, as long as we're staying above this red line here, that we are very much about to see a very big shove, possibly up to 45k to 48k in the shorter term, which means that we're going to see a big push in a number of other coins. And a few coins have been starting to show their intention more recently. And those coins are coming in the AI narrative. We've seen Fetch AI having a big shove. We've seen Ajax or SingularityNet also starting to make big moves as well. And we saw this earlier on in the year for some big AI coins. But I don't really want to talk about these two in particular because you probably already know about these and every other AI video out there is telling you about these coins. How about Render? Well, Render also starting to fall into the AI niche. And again, definitely having a good performance and will do well. All of these coins I think are going to have a great time, but you know about them. So shall we learn about something new? I think we should. So the first project we're going to talk about today is Delium, or AGI. Now, Delium basically is an AI world. It uses various different non-player characters and uses AI to drive them in order to create a really interesting and exciting virtual reality environment. As we move towards kind of more stuff with virtual reality and various headsets from companies like Apple, I think projects like Delium could be very exciting in the future. And what's good about this is we've seen it actually pull back quite hard in the last couple of days, but it's definitely starting to make some moves. Given that the market cap currently sat around $16 million, there's a good opportunity here potentially for some increased gains. But guys, small market cap, bigger risk. So don't overexpose yourself. Obviously do your own research to understand whether or not this could be something of use in the future. It's built on the Ethereum chain, and its circulating supply is not necessarily fully ideal. But given the use case and opportunity for this, particularly with the rise of GameFi and other things that are going on right now, I do think that Delium could be a very exciting opportunity. As you'll see, after a launch that pretty much decimated the price, many people were like, oh, this is a dead coin. But typically, guys, coins that launch into bear markets do tend to do something very similar. And the fact that it's actually launched all the way up here and it's basically fallen below its launch price for a period of time, and now we're starting to see it wake up. This is potentially something to pay attention to. Yeah, everyone's excited about all those coins that have been pumping, but this coin here just a few days ago basically did 144% in 2 days, and no one even talked about it. Okay, potentially you're going to see another leg up coming here at some point. If Bitcoin gets going again, this could be very exciting. But remember, if Bitcoin gets knocked towards the downside, any coin that's been performing strongly recently will get heavily sold off, and small cap altcoins will also take a really big punch, okay? Because small cap altcoins are more volatile and more potentially dangerous. But upside potential, definitely one to pay attention to. Now, the next one we're going to talk about, which is probably slightly more talked about, is Tau, or Penza, okay? This particular project is starting to get recognition, but still only has around 45,000 followers on Twitter, which is not necessarily that many, but it's still more than I've got. So why are you not following me on Twitter? Hit the link down below, guys. Go across and give me a follow on Twitter. We're now at 6,000 followers because we've been releasing all the time now different threads each day on a bunch of different projects. We did Polkadot, we covered the SEC drama, we did Fetch AI, ICP, and as well as that, a 9-step process to be able to participate in a Starknet airdrop, which for the price of like $2.50 could potentially win you thousands of dollars. So if you don't have much money right now, you should be participating in airdrops, and here's how to do it. Go and check out on Twitter, guys. Now, enough of me trying to plug my own bits and pieces. Let's get on with the video. We can see Penza $242 currently today. Market cap sat there, $1.2 billion. Not as small as the others that I'll talk about in this video. Circulating supply, not amazing. But ultimately, this price we've seen moving here is actually looking more favorable. We've had a big push, we've had a sort of a good sized pullback, and I'll look at the chart in a moment to get me interested. Penza is a decentralized machine learning network. You can basically contribute GPU power, etc., in order to be able to enhance machine learning tech that's going on all the time. This is basically the website, and there is obviously a lot more kind of detail in the white paper and everything like that. So I urge you to come and check out Penza.com to find out more, because there's too much of it to kind of cover in this video. But as you're starting to see AI growing, projects like this that are highly backed by the AI community out there, I think you're going to see them rise from strength to strength, given that they still have relatively small market caps. Potentially, you're going to see 10, maybe even a 20x out of a project of this scale already, maybe even bigger, who knows? But that's not financial advice, of course, guys. It might do. Go and do your own research and understand whether or not you want to invest. Now, the next one quickly, Auto Nolas. Own and decentralize your off-chain processes. Basically, it's taking everything, or real-world concepts and various different programs and everything like that, and adding AI into it, implementing AI into it. This is an extremely important and powerful thing, because like crypto technology in general, where you've got the big banks and everyone starting to use crypto projects to try and integrate into their systems, this is going to be integrating into various other systems, because a lot of the AI tech is extremely complex and not something that people are going to be able to implement themselves. So you need a program that's going to come in and deliver that. I think anything that comes in and links different businesses together is very exciting. The same goes for like companies that come in and link together like the GameFi world or the tokenized world with gaming projects or traditional gaming. Another great website, hugely detailed and definitely worth going and checking out. Now again, similar size market cap to Penza, around $1.2 billion. But what you're seeing looking into the chart is that actually we've been in a fairly kind of early stage, nice run towards the upside. And yeah, you can see we are running into a bit of resistance. After this kind of down period, we then experienced a push of 274%. Potentially, you're going to see sort of similar pullbacks, but if Bitcoin gets moving, and that's why I wanted to show you Bitcoin at the start, then we're going to potentially see that AI narrative exploding towards the upside. That's potentially very exciting. Now, guys, if you want to go and pick up coins and tokens from smaller market cap coins, then make sure you head across to MEXC, link down below. Don't just give Coinbase all of your money, guys. There's a reason they're the top spot, and it's because they're so bloody expensive. MEXC has 0% spot maker taker trader fees, okay? Has pretty much more altcoins than any other crypto out there. Now I get it, if you're in the US or whatever, there's restrictions, it's difficult to get on and use MEXC, so I've got a solution for you. And that is this. NordVPN currently has a Black Friday deal where you'll get 4 months for free and additional huge savings. NordVPN allows you to appear like you're in another country, which means you can use exchanges like MEXC and save tons of money. Not only that, it's going to protect you while you are surfing the internet, while you're trading on exchanges, while you're using different wallets, etc. So no one can spy on you and find out what you're doing. You can see by clicking on the link that you'll come across, and it's just £2.30 a month after 4 extra months. And you're like, how much is a pound? Well, a pound's like $1.2. So this is like $3 per month to be able to secure you against potentially losing your crypto to hackers and everything else, and to be able to save money on your exchanges, probably on one trade. By having a NordVPN over on Coinbase to the difference to be using MEXC, you're going to save the amount of money that one trade can cost you. And I'm not even joking. So guys, NordVPN, link down below. And just to finish up then, one completely degenerate, sneaky token, and that is this, Kazuna. Kazuna, the first token built from a decentralized AI inspired by Ryoshi's principles of decentralized maximalization. And this is a project that's been made by Penza. As you can see from their Twitter, they've only got around 3,600 followers. So this is extremely early on. Joined in September 2023. And I wanted to bring you this because if Penza goes and has a very strong bull market, I think it's going to drag a lot of the projects along with it that are built on that ecosystem. Similar to what you see with the likes of Avalanche performing strongly, with Trader Joe and various other ones under it going well. Solana's been running well. We've seen Orca and others pushing hard as well. Now, I think you'll agree with me, this is a rather delightful website compared to a lot of the ones we look at. Now, coming down to Kazuna, you'll see it's doing a variety of different things. From being a truly decentralized and autonomous organization and platform that works with things like image and text generation. It deals with things like tax. It's also working on security and various other bits and pieces. And they also have a fee burn and things going along the way. Now, again, like the rest, guys, very detailed website and definitely worth coming and taking a look at. Now, Kazuna currently sat at around $18.5 million market cap. Would I buy it? Well, it's up to you guys. Make sure you come and take a look and understand a little bit more about some of these projects. Personally, right now, I'm not really sure. I don't really like these kind of like warning symbols, self-reporting stuff, especially once you're getting into like kind of like the nearly $20 million market cap. Why are we self-reporting our market caps? However, we are yet to be listed on centralized exchanges, which is potentially a positive thing, and that can always come along down the way. I will be bringing you an update on a decentralized exchange soon and how you can really leverage using decentralized exchanges over centralized exchanges, because it will make your life much easier. Let me know your thoughts on those different projects down below. None of them are associated with me in any way. I just thought I'd bring you something a little bit different on this cloudy day, but I need to go and get my tires fixed in my car, so hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Bye-bye.